Hey, Jeff Ryan, Tweet here. Thank you so much for taking the time to looking over this proposal. I know it's going to provide a lot of value for you, and but I want to make sure I respect your time, and I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible. What we have here is a proposal for soliddough.com. I'm really excited about this project. I think there's a lot of opportunity in this space. We both know that the wealthy men in this country between 45 and 67 and even older, they have two-thirds of the wealth in the country, and there's a lot of them that are using financial advisors that may or may not be providing the best value for these people. And so I like the angle that we're approaching this marketplace with, and the value that we can provide for the viewers, the traffic, the avatars, whatever you would like to call them. And we'll hone in on what their biggest fears are, and their biggest frustrations, and what their inspirations are, what their goals are for the rest of their life and their family, and even their legacy. And I think that this could be a really awesome opportunity to provide great value. And before we get started here, I want to know that you are on board for creating the best website possible so that it provides the greatest value possible. And I don't want to skimp on any areas. I want to make sure the foundation is firm and strong for this website, and designed in a way that allows it to grow and to become a very lucrative asset for everyone who is participating, has ownership, or just enjoys, whether it's from an audience perspective. And one of the things that I've learned in my time of being in internet marketing, I've been in the industry for a little over 7 years, and I've been in direct sales and technology sales since I was 17 years old. And I am really, really pumped to be able to provide my expertise in the marketing industry and technology, and then leverage that with assets like this. And so one of the things that I've discovered is one of the secret marketing hacks is actually to model the best to get the best results faster. So what we used to do is find the companies that are the mammoths in the industry, and we would model what they're doing, and we would be able to actually jumpstart our success because they've already taken risk on trying split testing, optimizing and tuning their sites for the greatest value that they can possibly create and also derive, because this is an exchange here, right? And one of the best performing websites I've seen since actually the mid '90s, I think, was motleyfool.com, and you might remember them, or you may even still go to them for information from time to time. And I really like what they are doing. They've done a really good job of building a information-based site, but also they've monetized it in ways that is not ad clunky and kind of annoying like some news sites can be. So this is very clean, and they do offer premium advice. They offer services, great help. They show up for really, really well done widgets and tools. So like what we're looking at here is a Motley Fool stock picking advice widget. And it's hyperlinks, and it shows some good content, but it makes you log in or at least register. So it's motivating the user to like click and engage and sign up. And it's I remember logging here, sign up for a full service. It may even be free for a certain amount of time. And so what they're doing is actually removing all the barriers to entry in the beginning and collecting the user's information. Why that is important is you're building an email list. Email lists are extremely important, as you know, and we'll start to talk more about how we can develop an email list in a way that grows soliddough.com very quickly and virally. Okay, so what I've come to understand is that soliddough.com will be simple financial advice worth millions. Allows users to get informed, they can stay secure, they grow smarter, and obviously they want to follow soliddough.com. All right, so the project mission, to build Solid Dough into a website known by wealthy people for simple financial advice and information. It's geared effectively to deliver supporting content to aid the audience in understanding the relationship with their brokers. And I would also even say financial advice and information there as well. The advice is geared more towards the target market of wealthy men ages 45 to 67 who are worth over $1 million in assets that are being managed by financial advisors. All right, so the reason why we're honing in on a demographic is when you speak to a person, you can speak to their soul. When you try to speak to everyone, you speak to no one. And it becomes really difficult and the messages become extremely diluted. So this is the avatar that we're going to be targeting, and I'm going to just label that black so we know exactly how to help. We'll know exactly how to help them, and we won't dilute the water. As you can see, like on motleyfool.com, like look at their easy navigation, right? You can hover. It's easy. It's simple. Win at retirement: secrets and strategies for the post-work life you want. Okay, so really talking to the reader that what I want, the secrets and strategies for the post-work that I want. Yeah, I want to know I want to know these secrets and strategies. Okay, so modeling a layout is very simple to this. We'll get results just like motleyfool.com. So let me show you something really cool. Motleyfool.com, actually it's just fool.com now, isn't it? They have estimated 15 million visitors a month. Okay, so they're doing something right. 15 million visitors a month. Okay, and majority of them are from the United States, and they're in the finance industry. So the sources of traffic that Motley Fool gets is a lot of it comes direct, like we just went and typed in fool.com. A lot of it's from links, 10%, and 43% is from search engines and search engine optimization. A lot of the keywords that people are actually searching for will probably be Motley Fool or Motley Fool Investing or motleyfool.com or fool.com. But anyways, there's a lot of keywords, and we can go in and de-engineer their keywords that they're ranking for pretty effectively, and I'll show you how to do that with a tool called SpyFu. Okay, then we also have search. Search isn't really big. Mail is actually pretty low as well, but I would say their mail is so low because of the volume that they're able to produce over here makes it low. And then also display ads. Display ads, I would definitely can see why they're valuable. Display ads would be like on other news websites like time.com or New York Times, Chicago, just newspaper websites, and we can advertise on them, and that's what Motley Fool is doing, is they're running display ads. And all right, so top referring sites, we can see where is Motley Fool getting traffic from, and how can we replicate this in a way that's fitting with our marketplace and also allows for traffic. So we're going to growth hack this is essentially what we're doing here, and so we're applying what the best is doing and de-engineering it. Okay, so these are the ad networks that Motley Fool is using: Taboola, Outbrain, Gravity. I've used Taboola quite a couple times. I've used Outbrain. I know some friends that, or no, some acquaintances, excuse me, that are rock stars in that in these networks, and so they'll be able to we'll be able to find what they're doing and leverage that as well. Okay, so here is Fool.com's website. They're actually generating over $2 million a month in SEO traffic. Yes, websites are assets, and Fool.com is worth a lot of money. They've been around for 9 years, so they've had some time to build up to that. So this is about building for the long haul and building with a strong foundation in mind. And if we're always focused on value, it will be hard to go wrong. Okay, so we know that websites are worth money. We know that audiences and leads are worth money. And so when we can start to look at this data as an asset, it'll allow us to really see the value and potential from this. And then when you start to leverage these assets that we're generating, for your own book, for your own training program, for your own XYZ or something else, you can use this market that we've created, right? This asset, this market, and then we can leverage that into other resources based on the things that our market needs, the audience needs, and what they want, their pain points, their problems, their frustrations, the things that they want in life. How do we help them get those things and remove the pain along the way? Okay. So as the site begins to grow its users, the content, the features, we're going to design the site in a way that allows it to grow organically. So the homepage will update based on new content being published. As a social media feature, when we publish new content, automatically gets pushed into social media sites like Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and other social media platforms. And not all of those platforms will be used by our demographics. In fact, most of our demographics are going to be on third-party sites, such as those news sites we talked about a little bit ago, and in the daily finances areas. And conservative websites are huge as well. Fox News, we can advertise right there on the bottom of their website for really pretty effectively low prices for impressions. It's pretty cool, the capability and power of internet marketing and buying ads on sites. So when back in the day when you bought billboards or newspaper print, it's thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars just to get it ran, and then once you had it ran, then you tested and tweaked after that. Where this allows us to test and tweak pretty quickly and effectively. All right, so the site will be able to grow, and the reason why social media feed is important is it actually helps with SEO. You remember the $2 million a month that Fool gets in SEO traffic? Well, because they're broadcasting to social media, Google spiders are picking that up. The Google bots are picking it up, and they're analyzing that social feed, and they're following it back to the website. So it creates almost a feedback loop. So we're gaining traffic from social media sites, but it's also a benefit for search engines to find, crawl, and make relevant. So we show up on the search engines. Now this isn't a super like out of 1 or 10 for an SEO strategy. This would be like a 3 to a 4, but it's necessary and it's automatic. So you'll notice that I'll start to compound automation systems on top of themselves, and especially with ActiveCampaign when we get into that a little bit. But when we can start to compound automation systems on their own, that those low-hanging fruit that is now being done on their own, leveraged by technology that doesn't really cost very much, you can see very quickly that that growth is very, very possible and very much achievable. And once you get the ball rolling, it gets smoother and easier, faster, better, and more fun. All right. Moving on, the site will be able to be adaptable, which is important, and it'll be a great asset for you to grow your business. So isn't this great? Like, is this stuff that you're hearing, isn't it exciting to know that like it can help your business? Not only can be an asset in itself, you can sell the website later on. Isn't that pretty sweet? I thought that was really cool. There's sites called flipit.com you can sell websites on. There's dozens and dozens of them. And it's really cool what technology is doing nowadays and how it's continuously changing. And the benefit, well, this is actually a problem. One of the problems I've seen with technology is it's changing so rapidly that without having a technology advisor and someone who's constantly working with technology, it's hard to keep up with the updates and the changes. And what I found, though, is that human beings, the psychology of a human being hasn't changed really over the last several hundred years. But the technology, Moore's Law, is induced, and it doubles in processing power every 18 months and halves in cost. And new stuff's being rolled out all the time. But what we're finding is not more complex is better. Actually, simple is better for the user. And but delivery and tracking and back-end stuff is important. So analytics and marketing metrics and SEO optimization and tags and all those complicated systems, those are necessary in the back end to really grow these businesses and to see what the heck is going on. I build websites like I build a race car. You have high-performing automated series and systems, and then you also have the metrics that are going along with that to see how it's performing, so you can tune it and improve it. All right, so the website plan, the structure, the construction, and the insider's intelligence, those are the things I focus on, and it really gets down into 5 stages. First, when we start with the site, we're going to build it on a content management system, and this framework will be online. It's WordPress, And so we'll get that up online. We'll get the security, that's in stage 2. Then we'll get analytics, tag managers involved. We'll start to get the site prepped with active campaign, and so we're tracking the users from page to page. We're collecting data. The framework is quick and fast and responsive. And then Stage two is then going into design, security, and features. So then we'll start to design the website much like Fool.com or the top news sites. And once we design that, then we'll be able to do the security, test the security. We'll have a third party audit the security. We'll talk about here in a little bit, and then we'll start to develop some of those features on the site that are important. And then stage 3, we go into content mapping, social reach mechanisms, and viral components. So content mapping is essentially like a content calendar. We're going to want to do a content calendar for 12 months and really map out the next 12 months of this website and how it's going to be communicating. Then we're also going to install the social reach mechanisms, which I talked about a little bit with the social media that automatically broadcasts out. That's going to take quite a bit of time and effort to get those systems automated. But once they're running, it's gold. All right, and then the viral components. So we have clickbait and a cool little feature. It's like, get this free report about your financial advisor and see where you're losing money in fees. And they have to click a social media button in order to get that free report. So it helps with social media spread. And that's just a quick example. When we start to dive more into the content, more of those clickbaits will start to come forth. And then stage 4, we're going to go into campaign planning and really starting to drive traffic or understand where our traffic wants to come from, and then ad sets that we'll want to run. We want to start looking at that. So that's the campaign planning of it. And then stage 5, we're going to analyze the metrics and the analysis of all the stages prior. The site will be up for a while already, and we'll be able to do some tweaking and changing. And then also a bonus I just threw on right before I launched this video is I want to create a bonus. It's a feature built in it's like a trust advisor auditing form, or a quiz, if you will. Yeah, probably let's turn that into a quiz. And I think that would be a good lead generation magnet. So, okay, cool. Like I said, the content management system is built on WordPress. It'll be top news, design, layout. We'll model after the best. That's getting worth millions. Layout specifically designed for delivering financial content, modeled after these huge sites, Fool.com, Yahoo, Google, Huffington Post, and designed for the audience and mission in mind. So as you're starting to see, I'm really using the words like the best, modeling the best, and our audience, and really like connecting with our audience. And it's so important to connect with the audience, and it's so important to really speak their language. And when we do that, we can really relate, and they can begin to know, like, and trust us, which is required for any sale. And so, isn't this good to know that like you have to have customers that need to know you, like you, and trust you before they really buy? And it's good to have a website designer and a person who's developing this project, know that in the beginning, because a lot of people will go out and buy a website from some web designer that has no clue about direct sales. They have no clue on how to build content machines and build automation systems within that. In a marketing standpoint, when you get designers, they're really focused. Oftentimes, it's like, oh, is it design pretty? And like, there's actually a major problem with that. And when you get too design heavy, people actually bounce faster and they don't consume the content. The value is not in the design. The value is in the content. The design is there to help deliver the content even more effectively, and then also the back end stuff, which is so important to be able to track and analyze and improve. So some of the features that we'll build into the content management system is we'll have unique logins for everyone: the writers, the authors, the editors, the admins. That is a great feature because it separates everybody, and people can publish on their own and under their own name, and we can have user profiles. So this really creates a nice feature around that. is important for a media publishing site. Also, we're going to have a security setup. Whoops, do that. Do a security setup with bonus external third-party audit. It's just important. Any site needs to have good security. We're going to have SEO optimization features plugged in and working. And each time someone publishes an article, they're going to have to go into, like, right under the article itself, they'll put in the SEO settings for that article that they're publishing, and that will help Google crawl it and understand what it is about. So this is important, especially when we go to do off-page SEO. All right, and then another feature is the homepage will dynamically change, just like a news site, based on what's being published. We talked about the auto social media publishing, and basically post automatically directly to social media accounts. Like, do you know how sweet that is? Isn't that awesome that, like, the website will actually work for us and do things for us rather than us having to do things manually? Like, there's systems like Hootsuite, where you can go publish an article, or I'm sorry, publish a link or a comment or post on social media from one location, from within Hootsuite. But it still requires a manual work to do that. Where in this, it's already done, it's already built into the content management system, and it does it automatically. That's pretty cool. All right, social sharing. We're going to create some social sharing buttons that are important, and we'll have them on all the article pages, and which is important for people to share. Don't you agree? Yeah, I think so too. It's pretty important. So real quick, is this making sense to you? Do you understand, like, some of the things that we're talking about here in the automations and the processes to build an effective site where the audience who we're targeting can really relate and get value from, and use the site, trust it, share it with their friends and their family, and utilize it and get a ton of value. If we're really providing value to that customer, then by far they're going to stick around. And I know that you agree with me too that value is extremely important. So as we're talking about value, we have that content locker, which allows us to increase social activity as well. It's a viral mechanism. So you are you following me so far why that's important? All right. Some of the back-end technologies on the site, this stuff you can't really see, but like if you know what you're looking for, you can find. So let's go to Motley Fool here really quickly. And this is their social activity. They're pixeling their audience. Like, pixeling is extremely important. There's 5 pixels, 2 have errors, so they're throwing some errors over here, but that's okay. Anyways, what they're doing is they're retargeting us. So when we go to Facebook, like, Motley Fool is gonna follow us around on Facebook. And if we get deeper into premium advice and then sign up for here, is gonna be a different pixel. Where's the pixel? Boom. See, different pixels. And we get even deeper down the funnel. This is getting even deeper. Let's get down to sales. Oh, okay, so we're getting pixeled again. So now, like, Google, they can target people on Facebook who've made it this far and haven't checked out, but, like, we know the person who made it to this page is interested. We know that they've gone this far that they're like, they're down the funnel, so they're getting ready to purchase. Maybe they just need to think about it a little bit. Maybe they need some more information. Maybe they got busy. Maybe their wife called them and they had to get up and they haven't come back to it. And so then their computer shuts down. For whatever reason, we need to bring them back to this page. So this is the importance of pixeling. This is a Facebook pixel, and then also Google Tag Manager is installed, as you see here. And there's remarketing tags on here as well as Google Analytics. So we're going to set that up too. And it's super awesome to have this working on your site. The data, the metrics, it makes growing a business so much easier. Okay, cool. So I talked to you about the tags. I talked about pixeling the audience. I showed you what Motley's doing. Basically, any website without tangible goals is worthless also. So in Google Analytics, let me show you Google Analytics really quickly. You need goals, and when we know what the goals are on a website, we can reach those goals. And if the goals are in alignment with growth of the company, then they're super important. All right, so show you the foundation here. get about 24,000 users or 41,000 sessions a month, and they make a little over a couple $1,000,000 a year. And I helped them in their launch in September, and we did a little over $1.2 million in like 3 weeks. All right, here we go. So we're gonna jump into goals. Purchase 5K program. Boom. All right. So you can see here we made all these sales, and then we're continuously just dripping some leftovers from that campaign. We get down to hourly of when actually people are purchasing. We can see where they're purchasing from. You know, active campaign is one of the big drivers of sales for the foundation. Google Organic is important. We did some webinars that created some sales, Facebook ads, but also we can see assisted conversion funnels and conversion paths. So this is really cool. I like this feature here. It tells us like up to the point of purchasing what people did to get to the site. We just want to do 5K program. So they also have an application process. We generated 4,000 applications, and then we had a free course we brought people through first, and yeah, so we're able to see like each goal. So we have a sales goal, we have an application goal, we have a free course goal, and email opt-in goals, and new email leads and so forth. So we have different goals for different purposes, and we can, like with this, we can see how people are operating with them, responding to them. What are they doing? How do they, before they buy? What activities happen for them to purchase? Like a lot of people just went and purchased directly. They've already consumed enough content. Maybe they got on a different computer. Active campaign was a huge driver. Active campaign, like Google Organic, like these are all drivers of sales. Okay, so super important. And let's keep moving on here. So, Google Analytics, okay. Demographics turned on, so we can start to see who's showing up. Are they our audience? Are they not? Remarketing set up with pixeling the audience. I showed you already how to do what we're doing. I'll set that up with Google Analytics and AdWords. I have to get an AdWords account set up. There's a lot of things that are going on in the background just to make these work. It's not just like a flip a switch, it's on. It's coding. It's a lot of work, and it's so much work, but it's so worth it. And talked about this here already. Monetization strategy. We need to talk about how we're going to monetize it a little bit more. Whether it's content networks like AdSense, like click ads, whether it's associated affiliate promotions or your own book, advertisers. We want to sell advertisement space, so we got to think about monetization methods. How we're going to monetize the site. And then Active Campaign, I'll install part of this is Active Campaign is a beast on its own, but what I'll do is I'll integrate it into the site enough so that it tracks data. We'll have one pop-up lead capture, we'll have one form banner lead capture, so it starts generating some leads there. There's a contact us form with auto reply sequence already built in, and then I'll also do a free as a bonus and 8 independent automations to set up to quantify value of leads, and it's pretty cool how that works out. So, all right, so the website plan, the structure, and insider's intelligence. Like I said, there's 5 stages here. It's going to be 4 monthly payments of $3,997. You'll get the live CMS framework online. You'll get the analytics tag manager set up, the networks installed. The Active Campaign is put up inside of there. It'll be live. You can browse it from your computer, from your phone. We'll have that done in about 15 days. Then we'll start to move in on stage 2, design, security features, and that's going to take about 15 days. So we'll get the design up. We'll have it customized just like the professional news websites, and we'll have the security third-party audits set up and working. So it's resistance to hackers and Trojans and viruses and all that nasty stuff online. Those assholes are spraying. Typically, it's Russians right now. But okay, so and then we'll have the features installed, a lot of the feature stuff, and some extra little bonuses I just don't want to waste your time with right now. Stage 3 is content mapping. and that content calendar. I'll work with Sarah and the other content writers, and we'll really map out a content piece for 12 months. And then social reach mechanisms will be installed. You know what? I'll even throw in as a bonus. I'll even set up the social media accounts, so you know it's taken care of. It's not, you know, it's going to take some time, but you know we'll add that in there as well. So we'll set up social media accounts if they're not already created, and then extra design work that'll be, we'll need to have that as a paid for, but we can get that pretty cheap. I'm not a graphic designer in the sense of like banners and that sort of thing, but I have a team of people that are really good at that. It's pretty effectively cheap too. The viral components will all also install, get that up and running, and that'll be great. It'll be great. And then stage 4 is campaign planning. We'll then move into, you know, how we're going to start to drive traffic, where our traffic source is going to be, and let's start to move into the traffic planning process. It'll be enough data and metrics that are starting to be captured that remarketing will be pretty soon, can be implemented. We have to have 1,000 users in order to do remarketing with Facebook. Google Ads is a lot less. I think it's just 150 people. And we can also do it with YouTube too, but we'll need YouTube videos. So we'll do that. And then the metrics analysis, we'll start to then look at the metrics like I just showed you here in Google Analytics, and we'll be able to see, you know, much more about what's going on, like where's our traffic coming from, and direct referral, which source is it, active campaign, Facebook, you know, Google Organic. So you're seeing here like the importance of having all of this, and then we can even get down to real-time data. So we're doing, you know, people are on the site right now. We have 11, 7 in the United States. Any conversions in the last 30 minutes? Yep, we had some new leads in the last 30 minutes. And yeah, so this is, you can't run a business without this, bro. All right, and then we'll de-engineer your competitors a little bit, quite a bit more. So that'll be a part of the content mapping as well. And we'll also need to get information from you. And we'll basically just model the best and make a lot of money from that. All right, so some extra bonuses. Only install that Trust Advisor quiz. It'd be like a $1,500 value for that quiz, but we'll get that built and we'll have that in the website itself. That's absolutely free as part of this package. And we'll also have a fast action how-to training video for new writers and contributors so they can operate. $750. Basically, it's several videos that walk them along of how to use the website, so you don't have to train them every time, and it just becomes really easy. Also install heat mapping. Heat mapping is extremely important, and here's a video if you want to watch more about it. It's worth tens of thousands of dollars each year in wisdom. Like, just knowing how people are interacting with your site, you need heat mapping. It's so valuable. I'll also give you access to my analytics dashboard. It's better than Google Analytics because it provides Facebook, LinkedIn, all these other third-party tracking sites, as you can see down here. It pulls all these metrics in from multiple places into one, and we start to see as your asset, your website grows. As your website grows, you'll start to see that correspond with your analytics. And so, you know, if this is making sense to you, you know, you're a business owner, you're understanding how you grow business, you know, the metrics that need to be pushed in order for the results to be achieved. You can see this in a dashboard. It's really cool. So I know so many people are impressed with this dashboard. They've had so much use for it, and it's helped them make a lot of money in their businesses. So it's pretty cool, huh? And normally I charge $2,400 a year for the software, but I'll provide that to you for free for life. You know, over 10 years, it's $24,000. But because of this package, and I want to get started immediately, I'll give that to you also as a part of this. And so, hey, man, I want to get started with you. If this makes sense to you, if it feels good, if it feels like the right move for you, let's get it going. You'll basically get a custom-built website designed specifically for your audience. It's in a manner that's in alignment with your business's goals, built from the ground up, and the website will be the asset machine you need to grow successfully into a multi-million-dollar a year business. That's what I love to do. I love to build businesses. I'm proud of it. I've had some great success with it. So just imagine 3 years from now, you're having your online asset worth millions of dollars. You built it with hard work, intelligence, and follow through. We generated streams of value for users, owners, financial advisors, people all over the world. Millions traveling to soliddough.com for simple financial advice. It's the trusted as the authority destination for valuable financial information by high-value people. So welcome to soliddough.com. So when you're ready to get started, Jeff, go ahead and click here if it feels like it's the right move for you. If you want to start building this multi-million-dollar business with us, let's do it. I'm excited. Go ahead and click that button to get started. It'll take you to a PayPal page. You can start payment. And if you want to look at the website references here, we can just jump in a couple of them here and just get you started. Here's the foundation. This is a $1 million business that we've been working on. I shared with you a little bit ago. We're inside of their analytics here, and this is a picture of their $1 million launch that we did. So you can see it's working. You jump in, you get a free course. You answer some questions. You go into the free course. We collect a lot of data here. So we're segmenting our leads. And the blog, got a really good blog that's rolling here. And we also have podcasts. And we have some high-value entrepreneurs that come on our podcast, and whether they're video or audio. And we've had people like Jeff Walker, Frank Kern, Pat Flynn. You may know John Lee Dumas from Entrepreneur on Fire. Some high-value stuff. All right, so the foundation, here's a funnel that we built for them that's made a couple $1 million. Gladiatorgear.com. It's a kind of it's a site developed for gladiator gears for like fitness and CrossFit stuff, and it's a content-heavy site. It's SEO'd like crazy. They're monetizing it by CrossFit affiliate systems. So like this is ranking for like CrossFit shoes, and like you click on this button and you purchase. The company makes gladiatorgears.com makes commissions from that. You buy from Amazon, you get commissions from that. So that's pretty cool. My Sig Health is a local nurse. It's a local nurse staffing agency, and we generated them a ton of business. They came to us with a crappy site. Oh, there we go. They came to us with a crappy site, no marketing, and we built them some really cool videos. And they had no likes. We generated 20,000 likes in less than a year. Local staffing for Des Moines, Iowa. All right, some sales copy here. And what's really interesting about this market is this is what really taught me about the need to know your audience. Your customers will always sell better than you, always. And we found that the people who really connected with this were nurses who loved to help people, and they wanted not more money, they wanted flexibility in their job. And so all staffing agencies have been pushing, nurse staffing agencies push, money, get more money, make more money, get it now. We actually pivoted away from that and started talking about flexibility. And it's for nurses, CNAs, and medical specialists, I believe. Yep, cool. So, and then we have little features on their site to do what they need, if they're signing up for classes, or the users need a login, clients need a login, that sort of thing. Direct response built, phone number, start now, facilities, like segmentation, works really good. Okay, let's see, Heartland Plastic Surgery is a plastic surgeon. We made them $2.5 million in SEO last year. Selling mommy makeovers. I was marketing this as my site. I haven't updated it in a while, probably a year and a half. It's been a year and a half. Chad Carden, you may know him. He's a motivational speaker, coach. Pretty cool dude. Custom pumps, right? Local businesses. Go Midwest Turf. Midwest Turf's kind of a funny, interesting one. They're a turf. They're just a turf company, right? And created a pretty cool video for them. Branded, logo design, and
the drainage capabilities of artificial turf backings against one another to to determine which artificial turf drainage technology is superior. Drainage is paramount when considering an artificial.
So made them some good stuff, and yeah, you go through there, man, if you want to. Oh yeah, the CJM Financial, we made them like $10 million in 90 days. That's pretty cool. All right, cool. I just want to, if this is looking good to you, if you're getting excited about this, if you're wanting to move forward, let's get started. Either way, I wanted to provide you some free gifts, and if you decide to work with me or not, that's in your ballpark. And but I just want to say thank you for watching this. Jeff, I know it's a little bit longer than you may have hoped, but I wanted to make sure you get as much value from it as possible and really show what is possible for soliddough.com. Below here, there's some links for webinar software. Not software, but a funnel. And you can use that to grow your funnels, your webinar funnels for your business, your personal business, whatever you want with your clients, however you want to use that. But and then here's a webinar script that's generated over $5 million in sales. And just go ahead and use that if you want to. You can have access to that, copy it, share it with your friends. And if you feel right now it's good to get started and you want to get moving on, go ahead and click this button and let's jump in. If you do have any questions, I'd be happy to talk with you on the phone about that. But if you just feel this is right for you now, and let's just get moving, let's just get going. And I look forward to talking with you. All right, have a great day.